Hello, welcome to A Gato Getaway. I'm Lena. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another video. I'm going to apologize in advance if my mic is picking up the squeaky chair. So today I'm doing another Lolita fashion YouTubers collab video. This is the More Than a Dress Q&A collab. I have done Q&A interview kind of things before. I'll leave a card up here, one of the ways, and a link down in the guide below to my Bok. I did a interview with Bay Area K as an indie designer, but I wanted to go ahead and also take part in this collab with other YouTube Lolitas to talk more about me specifically as a person as opposed to me as a brand owner, because they are it's the same person, but anyway. So with that, I'm going to go and answer as many of these questions as I can. So the first question is, what is your favorite brand for Lolita / alt fashion? And honestly, this could be a whole video in its own right, because I feel like I've talked about this before. I have a absolutely massive closet. I love supporting indie brand designers. My dress today is by Sweet Mildred. I have a few Belladonna dresses. I am absolutely obsessed. I love Belladonna. The designers are so sweet and they're locals and friends of mine. I'm obsessed with Plushie Kawaii right now. They're more like Kawaii J fashion general, not Lolita specific. As far as Japanese brands, up until recently, I would have said Angelic Pretty. This was the last Angelic Pretty dress I had to have. I do have a lot of AP though. Anyway, and then Putumayo, which is now defunct. And I have too many brands I love. Too many brands, but We're All Mad Here is the best brand that you've never heard of. They were doing like what some people would call bittersweet, what some people would call pastel goth. I don't know what they were doing. It was Lolita, and I've been hunting down several of their pieces over the years, and I've got very lucky. I have quite a few now at this point, but they're Chef Kiss, so good, so good. All of the brands are so good. Yeah, let me know down below if you want to hear more about my favorite brands and me to showcase some of my favorite pieces. Next question. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? I'm going to cheat a little bit and say okonomiyaki. It is the ideal food. Its name literally translates to however you want it. You can have it made out of cabbage. You can have it made out of yakisoba. You can put whatever you want in it, and it's delicious. And I make my bastard American version a few times each month, sometimes at least once a week. And I do love okonomiyaki. It's versatile. You could do a lot of things with it, like, I'd say eggs, but you could have eggs with your okonomiyaki, so there you go. Perfect food. Yes. Maybe not the most Lolita food, but weeb food. That's close enough. Next question. Describe your ideal JSK or OP cut, color, print, etc. So, I'm going to do two. I'm going to talk about my favorite OP, my ideal OP, and my ideal JSK. Both of them are Angelic Pretty. My ideal OP is the special set Chest Chocolate Hime OP. If they made that in my size, it would just be my ideal dress. That in brown or ivory. Oh, if you don't know, I own 4 chocolate chest dresses as it is. The low-waist JSK cut in ivory and chocolate brown, and the Jabot JSK in ivory and brown. So obviously, I love that print very much. My ideal JSK, however, would have to be, it doesn't even have to be this print, but the Holy Lantern Zipper JSK is one of my absolute favorite, like, low-key punk goth by a sweet brand things. If they would do that Zipper JSK in one of the, like, all-over space prints that they've released the past year or two, I mean, imagine that with, like, the cocktail cosmic print that's just coming out soon. I'm like, I can't even, because it sounds so amazing in my head, and I just, not gonna lie, really want the zipper, the actual functional zipper titty JSK, because that's how it is in my head. It's the zipper JSK because they're functional zippers, and that's just funny. It's fun, it's funny, it's punky, and low-key the perfect, like, maternity dress, because, you know, I don't need to go into more detail than that. You guys understand where my head is with that JSK. It's so odd and unique, and I love it. And I just tried to get one off Lace Market, and somebody way outbid me, and then I cried a little bit, but that's fine. I will get the dress eventually. One day. One day. Next question. What is your favorite plushie / toy, and how do you acquire it? And I have a lot of stuffed animals, many of whom I love dearly, some of which I actually, like, keep in my bed with me, but they are not the one I'm going to show you today, although he does sometimes share my bed when there is room. My favorite stuffed animal is one of my favorites because of the story that goes along with him. This is Bear Friend. Bear Friend is a 4-foot tall pink teddy bear. He has a story. You may have seen him or heard the story recently-ish, depending on when you watch this. If I can find a link to the Lolita Collective birthday celebration, I'll put it here because it's definitely a fun watch. And in that, I do tell the story of how I acquired Bear Friend, but I'll tell you guys the story here today as well. So, back in 2018, the Lolita Collective had acquired me or brought me on as a guest for Anime Weekend Atlanta. And that's the largest event that I, as a indie designer, have been a guest at. And I was definitely not prepared for it. I had never done anything, like, I've been a guest at events, but nothing quite so large. And my schedule didn't really accommodate me enough time to prep for it. And if I could go back in time, I would redo it a little bit differently. But it was an amazing experience I absolutely adored, and Bear Friend came home with me from that event. The event hosted their, like, brand tea party, but, like, the big brands that year were all indie designers, so they had, instead of a tea party, they had, like, a pastel goth mixer, I think is what they called it. And Bear Friend was there as decoration for the event. He was sitting in the photo booth area, and I saw him. We made eye contact, me and him. We locked eyes, me and his beady bear eyes. And it was love at first sight for me. And I spent a good portion of that tea party slowly working my way up the chain of command, asking people who were involved with the event, where did he come from? Where's he going after this? And eventually I worked my way up from, like, somebody who was staff just for the tea party to somebody who was J-Fashion staff specifically to the head of the J-Fashion department. And finally, the head of the department had the answer. Bear Friend originally came off of Amazon. He was shipped to them without any stuffing. He's got a zipper in his back, so you can literally just pull his guts out. So he came shipped without any stuffing and was just a bear skin, and they stuffed him up, and they used him originally in 2016. I believe Meta was there as a guest, and they had a toy themed tea party, and he was decoration there. After the Meta tea party, he went into storage and then was brought back out for the event that I was there for. And the head said I could take him home with me. So where he came from? Amazon. Where did he go? Home with me. And throughout the whole event, when I was talking from person to person, I'm like, Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where will he go? And Jordana from Moss Badger just like turned to me and was like, Cotton Eye Joe? And I was like, oh my gosh, because I hadn't even realized where that phrase had come from. It was in my head, and I wanted him, to go home with me, and then he did. I had driven to AWA, and so I was able to put him in my car and bring him home with me. I've had him for the past 3 years. He lives right next to my bed. And sometimes he sleeps with me on the nights when my bed is empty, because I live with another person who I share a bed with anyway. Yeah, this is Bear Friend, and he is my bear friend. I don't know why he got such a simple name and never got a better name, but like, he just looks friendly. Look at this crooked smile. Okay, so that's his story. He's my favorite plush. I love him. You should love him too. He's a good boy. Okay, question. So, what is the most you've ever spent on a single item in your wardrobe? And what about the latest? What's the latest thing I bought for my wardrobe? I guess this wig is actually like brand new. I just got it today, and I got it for $12. No, I got it for $9.75 with free shipping, because I bought like 6 new wigs that were all on sale, and I stacked coupons and it was on sale, and I stacked a coupon on top of that with points. So I think, yeah, it's pretty nice. It's nice and soft. A little shiny, but a little thin, but I knew what I was getting. So yeah, that's my latest thing that I bought. The most I've ever spent on a single item, there are 2 items that are the same that I spent the most on, because they cost the same amount, each one of them. My chocolate chest Jabot JSKs. I have the Jabot JSK in ivory and the Jabot JSK in brown. I call it chocolate because it's a chocolate print. But those 2 dresses, when I bought them a few years ago, now they're cheaper, they cost me $400 each. And I got them separately. I didn't buy them together. I do think that included shipping, and one of them did not have shipping. The other one did. So I think that one included shipping, and it came with a head bow. The brown one did not. I picked it up from a friend at a meetup, not a meetup, but at an anime convention, and it was $400. And while part of me wishes that I had waited a little bit longer before getting them, I adore those dresses. They are my favorite print. They are my favorite dress. Probably my favorite cut. I have 4 chocolate chest dresses, and I feel like I'm going to say that a few times now. But I also have the low waist JSK in ivory and chocolate, and those I got for significantly less, but that's okay. I love all 4 of those dresses. Again, favorite print. I will keep them in my closet forever. So yeah, I spent too many dollars on them, especially for the fact that they're like $200 and they're literally half the cost now. But I have them, and I've had them for a while, and I've enjoyed the heck out of them. So worth it. I think I've left you guys with more questions than answers, but I hope you enjoyed whatever this was, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you had any additional questions you would like to ask me, feel free to leave a comment down below. If there were any other questions you would like me to turn into a video in its own right, also leave that down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, or night, whatever time it may be. And I'll see you in the next video.